With OutFront Geometry, we set out to do something special. What we were trying to do is find a way to increase a rider's stability, increase the control that they have, especially at speed, without sacrificing any of that quick handling, agile feel you've come to expect from a Cannondale. And why this is important is that most people, when they think about handling, they think about it falling somewhere on a spectrum. You can have a bike that's really quick and agile, kind of like a traditional XC bike, which is quick handling and fast, but they can be a bit of a handful when things get sketchy, when speeds increase, etc. Or you can have a slack, stable bike, kind of like a downhill bike normally is, which is great at high speeds, great when things get rough, but boy, they're no fun at all when you're in slow speeds or when you're trying to climb and you get that floppy feel. With OutFront, what we set out to do was give you the benefits of a slack, stable head angle and slack, stable geometry, but maintain that quick, agile feel that's so much fun to ride on the trail. We start by giving our OutFront Geometry bikes a slacker than normal head tube for increased stability. We pair that with an increased fork offset, or rake. So the combination of the slacker than normal head angle and the longer than normal fork offset, or fork rake, combines to increase what's called your front center distance, which is the distance measured from the center of the bottom bracket to your front axle. Front center is a part of wheelbase, and a longer front center improves control and improves stability by putting the wheel further out in front of the rider. And that is where the name OutFront comes from. Very clever, we know. But having that wheel further out in front of the rider does several things for you. It makes it much easier for the wheel to ride up and over obstacles. It makes it less likely that you're going to go over the bars in a panic situation, and improves stability, improves control all the way around. If you were to try and achieve this same wheel position with a standard fork offset, you would have to go with an even slacker head angle, which brings with it a lot of negative performance connotations. Let's talk a little bit about trail and how it works. So trail is one of the least talked about but most important aspects of what controls how your bike handles and steers. Trail is a measurement. If you take the head angle line, extend it all the way to the ground, drop a vertical line from your axle and measure the distance in between, that's your trail number. Bikes with a lot of trail have a lot of self-centering effect. They want to stay going in a straight line, and it's harder to initiate a turn, get the bike to break off of its line. Bikes with less trail are more quick handling and agile. And it's this combination of slack head angle and tight trail measurement that allows OutFront bikes to have this magical combination of stability, control, and agility and nimbleness. To help illustrate all this, it's useful to look at some of the more conventional steering geometry configurations that are out there. Let's start with a traditional quick agile like you'd find on an old XC bike. On this, you see a pretty steep head angle and a normal, relatively short fork rake. And this combination gives you a short front center and a tight trail measurement. It results in a bike that's really quick, really agile, but can be quite a handful when things get rough or fast. When you slack that head angle out to increase stability, but you keep the same short, off-the-shelf fork rake, what you end up with is longer front center, which is pretty good for stability, a long trail measurement, again, great for stability, but sluggish and slow handling and can lend to that floppy feeling when you're climbing. So if you then do what we did with OutFront, which is keep the slack head angle, but move that fork offset out to the OutFront fork offset, voila, you have a longer front center. You bring that trail measurement back to that nimble, agile feeling, and you have the best of both worlds. That is the magic of OutFront Steering Geometry. Boiled down to its basics, it means that you have incredible stability and control paired with quickness and agility. It's the best of both worlds, and you only get it from OutFront. So get OutFront and stay OutFront.